It's time to become the best version of yourself and help others do the same. It's Monday morning and we're talking success.
Hello, Soul family. Jordan Peterson coming at you live from our Soul Studios here in Pleasant Grove, Utah. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Today is June 10th, and that means it is payday for last month's commissions, which I hope you guys are going to enjoy. It's always nice to be rewarded for the hard work that we did. So I sent those out before I even got on the show. So they should be hitting your bank account for those who have the same day delivery stuff going on. And for everybody else, it'll probably hit tomorrow, depending on how quick your bank is at it. But man, it's good stuff. And not only that, today is Soul's 12-year anniversary as well, which is always fun. And so, man, it's just amazing that we've been around for 12 years already. It's amazing how fast time went by. We started this when I was in my 20s, if you can believe that. And here we are. And it's so good to have so many with you on today. Make sure you chime in to let us know that you are out there and that life is good. You may have seen the text go out today. We're rewarding everybody to celebrate our anniversary today by having the code SOUL12 in the promo code box. If you type that in with a minimum of a $50 order, you are going to get this fantastic free Soul Naturals tumbler right here. Ooh. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's a good one. And it just shows everybody what you got going on. So good stuff going on there. I mentioned this last time. We today are going to do it a little different. I've already got names in here. I don't think you can see, but I already got names in here of everybody who is registered for our Soul Ignite. It's coming up in October. You can register under our events tab on the main dashboard. But today we're going to do a drawing, and we're going to give out these mystery boxes. If you've bought enough swag, you can probably guess what some of this stuff is. This one especially. Yeah. Yep, just what I thought. So we're going to give out swag to those who have already registered to come to our Soul Ignite. And we've got a good group of people in here. We're talking a good group of people. So super excited for that. So we'll reward you today on the show for already registering. Make sure you get registered. Let your people know. There's no better time to do it than now. Prices go up at the end of June. So get in there and get registered so you can come be a part of the Soul family. We've talked about the power that comes from being together with like-minded individuals. So just come and be with us. Looks like we've got some people that are already saying they're registered, which is awesome because that means your name is in the bucket of fun to win today, which is what we're talking about. As always, we like to reward you for bringing more people into the Soul family. We want to just keep spreading the love and the goodness that is Soul and is with you guys. So we're going to do that by recognizing you in our little segment we call Rock and Roll right here, right now. Our top 10, here we go. We've got Terry Sanders. We've got Tammy Peterson coming in. Sebastiana Santiago. Obesity Figura. Chris DeVilliers. We've got Hortensia Pineda Galvin, Eduardo Lopez coming in at 4. Round up top 3, we got Jordana Espinosa, Lydia Ferrantino, and coming in number 1 for the week is Angelica Mercado. Congratulations, guys. We combine enrollments with trial pack purchases to get these numbers each week. And it's just fun to see you guys continue to bring people in. If you were curious about the average enrollment for this past week, it was at exactly $209, which is rare because usually it's like pumping gas at the gas station. It's hard to get it right on, but today was right on, $209. So that's a good thing. As you know, that gives you guys a really nice Soul Quick, which is paid out the same day you guys sign somebody up. It's paid out that night once the day closes. And man, that 35% of $209 is a pretty good little bonus for helping people feel better and put themselves in a better position. And the cool thing about that is the more people we help, the more people we get testimonials from, like this one right here, which says, when feeling overwhelmed by life's daily stressors, I have my go-to routine to help me refresh and bounce back. Walking around feeling like my head was in a fishbowl is no way to live. After taking Soul, I regained myself and my mind was in a better place. I no longer live in a fishbowl. How awesome is that? And that's what we're seeing with Soul, and we talk about this all the time. The daily stressors can wear us out. And for some, it zaps their energy. For others, it makes them feel sick. For others, it just makes life hard. For others, it makes them feel like they're swimming in a fishbowl. And man, nobody wants that stuff. And so you guys sharing Soul and helping them be able just to have the tools that they need to put themselves back in a good spot is such a key thing. And so continue to share people, continue talking to people about this stuff, and you're going to see some great things come from it. Sound good? Next up, we have some great individual entries in our SN sweeps that we've been doing as well. Want to show you what we got going on here. We're going to start with Lisa Tucker, and it says, when I first started drinking Soul Vital, I noticed more energy almost immediately. Today I was able to play tennis in the heat and I wasn't wiped out after. How did I do it? Read in the captions. And look at this. Who's she sharing it with? None other but her dog. Dogs love us too. It's natural. People like what we got going on, and so do dogs. So, man, it's such a good thing to see. Great way to share. And then it has a whole bunch of different things that she wrote there, which lets people know what Soul Vital is all about. It's awesome. We also have one coming in from Kansas, from Chris Hedrick. It says, when you have garden to the point your deeper muscles scream at you, I no longer mix my ibuprofen Tylenol cocktail for pain. That was also destroying my liver. I popped me a couple Solflex PIs, and in time, I'm as good as gold. Pain management without the side effects. I love that. Good as gold. And she got a picture of the Solflex PI she's holding, which shows that it looks like it's gold too, which is fantastic. Let me tell you what, I've got 2 teenage daughters in my house with my wife. And for those of you who may not be aware, each month, girls go through a special time that makes everybody just really excited to be around these teenage girls. Well, we experienced that this last week. My oldest 16-year-old, she was feeling terrible. She was crampy. She was sick. She wanted to just lay around on the couch and fuss all day. And she finally goes, Dad, didn't you tell me that Solflex PI helps with this stuff? And I said, absolutely. I thought I've told you this a million times, but you know how teenagers are. So she went and grabbed some out of the counter and took some, and within about 4 or 5 hours, she was up and at it and feeling better. The cramping stuff really got alleviated by taking Solflex PI. So for those of you who are suffering through maybe these things yourself, or you have loved ones that are suffering through it, I'll tell you what, Solflex PI is the way to go. And it's just a fantastic thing to do. Tammy likes my special time comment. It's special. It's a special time, especially when we got 3 women all at the same time doing it at the same time. Us boys, we need more hobbies to get out of the house, I'll tell you what. Awesome. Now, when we were putting this together this morning, I was thinking of 2 experiences in my life that I think really drive home the example of the power of having individuals in your life that know stuff that you don't know. And when you have somebody in your life that knows something you don't know, referrals become so stinking nice. Let me tell you 2 stories that illustrate this point. For those that don't know, I have 6 kids, and it was probably about 7 years ago, we decided to upgrade our vehicle, grouping, I guess. We've got all sorts of vehicles now. And so we decided to man up and get ourselves a 12-passenger van. Now, I call it the man van because I feel silly driving a 12-passenger van and just calling it that. So it's our man van, 12-passenger van. And the nice thing about it is I can set 2 kids on each one of our seats, and so they can't really touch each other when we travel. Plus, we have room to pile in all our stuff that we take when we go places. So I've had it it's a 2017. I've had it for about 7 years. It has like 40,000 miles on it because we only drive it really when we go on trips. And we noticed that when my wife and I would drive it, the braking would kind of make the steering wheel shake, and it just would kind of be a rough deal. Now, for those of you who know cars a little bit, usually that's one of 2 things. Either the brakes are gone or the rotors are warped. Now, the rotors are the thing on the wheel that the brake pad squeezes in order to stop your car. Here in Utah, we have issues, though, because we have such big fluctuations in temperatures, especially during the winter, that if it's really cold outside and then you're going a long distance really downhill and you have to ride your brakes, it really heats up the brake a lot, that rotor, and then when it cools down again, it can warp. And you know that it's warped by pressing on the brake, and if it makes your steering wheel jiggle or makes the car kind of pulse, you have some issues. Now, our car's been this way for, about a year now, so I finally decided I was going to fix this and replace the rotors on it. So I was talking to a buddy about it who I know knows everything about cars, and he makes me really dangerous because I feel like I can try a lot of things, and if I ever get stuck or get caught in a spot where I can't finish it, I can just call him and he can help me because he knows how to do it. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, I need to replace the rotors on my car. Do you have any suggestions? And he said, yes, actually I do. He said, you want to upgrade. It's not that much more to upgrade to the nicer value. And they get a 3-year warranty, has more carbon fiber in it. It's going to last you a lot longer. Trust me, you want to go with these ones. And so when I went to purchase, sure enough, I had 2 options. I had the one that was just a little bit cheaper, or I had the one that was a little bit more expensive. But knowing what my buddy said, that it was worth it, that it was a better value overall, and it was going to last me longer, no problem. We went ahead and made the purchase, right? And man, I've been thinking about that and how that works with a lot of the stuff we're doing here in Soul. We have a lot of people that can find cheaper supplements out there. There's no question there's cheaper stuff out there. But what's in it? Do we even know? How's it going to help them? Do we even know? Is it going to help them? Right? And so there's so many different things going on with that. And I just find it so valuable to have somebody who knows more about this stuff than I do. So you can ask those questions and you guys can be that for other people. The nice thing about this is you don't have to be a scientist or a doctor to know this stuff. You can just say, hey, I try this stuff and it's great. You should give it a try as well. Okay. Second story I want to share with you about referrals. When I was looking to buy my house about 12 years ago, I was in an MBA course at the time, and I was talking to a group of guys, and one of them said, hey, I think that guy over there in our class actually is a home builder. You should go talk to him about building homes. So I go and talk to him. I tell him I was looking at a different builder. He said, you don't want to go with them. In fact, let me take care of you. Why don't you go meet with my partner, and we'll hook you up and get you taken care of. And so I set up an appointment. I went and met with him. I'd never met this guy before in my life, right? But the cool thing about this is we had an instant connection because we both knew somebody that was in the same group, right? And so we were able to talk and say, oh yeah, tell me, how do you know him? And how long have you known him? And man, what do you know about him? And we just had that instant connection. And then because of that, because we had that mutual connection, when we were working together to build my house, he wanted to make sure it was taken care of. My buddy oftentimes would ask me how it was going and if it was working well with his partner. And man, we were just taken care of. And I remember even one of the funny things about it is he said, hey, I want to help you guys out. I want to give you an upgrade because we know the same person. And I said, great, what is it? And he says, I'm going to get you some elongated toilets. And I was like, it's a weird upgrade to be offering somebody. Like, what does that have to do with anything? Now, for those of you who have not used an elongated toilet, they're just a little bit elongated, right? They're not super round. They're more shaped kind of oval. And I'll tell you what, they're fantastic. They're like my favorite part of my house now. And I would never go back to a regular sized toilet. If I ever have to use a regular sized toilet, I'm like, oh man, what is this, right? Because this guy knew more than I did, he was able to refer us and give us some ideas on what we wanted to do in the house, make some little upgrades and changes because he'd seen it before, and he wanted to take care of us because we had the same mutual connection. You guys can have that same thing with the people you work with and talk with, right? You have individuals who are going to come to you because somebody else told them to come to you, and you're going to be able to take care of them. The thing I love about that is you have an instant connection. You can start talking about the same person, get to know them. You automatically feel like there's a kinship and a bond because you have a mutual connection and you're taken care of. What do the statistics say about customer referrals? This is what's really interesting to me. First off, if somebody is referred to you, they are twice as likely to actually buy something from you as somebody who wasn't referred to you. So right out of the gate, you're looking good, right? A referred customer is 18% more loyal than a customer that came by any other means. A referred customer is 4 times more likely to also refer more customers to your brand. We've talked about this with duplication. However you teach your people how to do something is how they're going to think it needs to be done, and they're going to teach others how to do that same thing. That's how duplication works, right? And so if you make them feel like it's really hard or they need to know all the answers and all this stuff, then they're going to be nervous about sharing that because they don't know all that stuff. If somebody is referred to you, they go, oh, well, this must be how it works. So when I'm going to talk to other people, I'm going to refer them to them as well because that's how this works, right? So again, referred customers are 4 times more likely to refer more customers to your brand. Customers referred by other customers have a 37% higher retention rate, so they stay with you longer. Customer acquisitions through referrals spend 200% more than the average customer. Do you hear that? Customer acquisitions through referrals spend 200% more than the average customer. And then here's some really interesting stuff, just showing kind of where we're trending right now, okay? So Gen Z are those that are, are turn around 40, kind of in that age group right now, okay? 83% of them trust recommendations from friends and family and are most likely to buy if it's recommended by one of their friends or family. Okay, 83%. Then you look at millennials who are a little bit younger, right? They're the 20 to 24, 25-year-olds, right, now that are running around right now. They say 91% of them are more likely to buy if it's recommended by their friends and family. They have more trust in their friends and family than even Generation Z. And that's such a cool thing if we're looking at that. As we're moving through, more and more people are relying more and more on their friends and family to recommend different things to them. Now, where does that lead us with Soul? That's why it's so awesome what we have set up with Soul. We have the Share the Wealth program that specialists, brand specialists, or customers, members can share with anybody they want, and everybody gets rewarded for it. And why is that important? Because look at all these numbers. 4 times more likely to refer more customers to your brand, twice as more likely to purchase from you. They spend 200% more on average, right? And that's awesome. Those are all things that will help drive your business and give the results you're looking for. Because what we find in Soul is as long as people can stay on the product, they get the results they're looking for. It's as easy as that. If you can get it in them, we're good to go, right? And so continue to share, continue to let your people know, let your members know. You have a lot of loyal members that are out there that are loving the product. Let them know about Share the Wealth and how easy it is to share their code with people to get started on their own journey of helping people as well. Sound good? All right. Lisa says, elongated toilets are the best. You know it. You know it. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Love it. Terry says, I spent so much money for years on stuff that didn't often work. Soul works. So there you go. Let people know, and you're going to see some great things come from it. Those referrals, I mean, those numbers. This isn't me making numbers up. This is coming straight from studies that were done, and it's kind of cool to see out there the marketing studies that have been done around this. So continue to talk to people, let them know. Again, first 250 people to place a minimum of $50 order gets a free tumbler. This one right here, and we are good to go with that. You got to type in the Soul 12 at checkout to get that, and you're taken care of. All right, last but not least, let's get you guys going with some fantastic swag items today. Again, these are all people who have registered for our Soul Ignite. Go to your events page when you first log into soulnaturals.com. It's one of the top things. You can register, super slick and easy. Take care of it, let your people know about it, get them there. We want them there, guys. Okay, so here we go. We are gonna see who's feeling lucky today and get you taken care of. Those who have signed up. Amanda Rivera, you got the first one. Next up, here we go. Lisa says she's registered. Maybe she'll win. Here we go. We got Maria Gomez. Maria Gomez is taken care of. And last but not least, we've got our final one. Here we go. Veronica Martinez, we've got all 3 of you guys taken care of. Remember, continue to sign up. If you haven't already, sign up for our event coming up in October, Soul Ignite. We're so excited to have you there. As always, keep sharing soul. We sure love you guys, and we'll see you again soon.